It was a 3-2 come from behind win for the Canadians today against the Czechs to move to 7-0 at the Worlds to keep the perfect group stage alive. This game was pretty meaningless for Canada. They already had top spot locked up. The only reason this game was meaningful for the Czechs was to try and get second place in the group, which with the loss, unfortunately, they did not and will have to settle for third. So Canada, perfect group stage, onto the quarterfinals where they will be playing the USA. As you can see, I haven't seen any time officially announced yet. If there is one by the time this video is released, I will put it in the description. Going over the stats, shots on goal, Canada had a 25-19 advantage. Power play goals, no one got one there. Canada had 6 penalty minutes to Czechs 4, but I do believe there was a roughing call where each team got one taken off. So it's more like 4 penalty minutes for Canada and compared to 2 for Czechs. And then face-offs, Czechs did have the advantage there, 57% to Canada's 43%. Going over the goal scoring in this game, in 6 minutes into the first period, Merrick Alsher would score, the Florida Panthers property player there, assisted by Lucas Sedlak and Jakob Fleck. Then in the second period, 8 minutes into that one, Dominik Kubalik would make it 2-0 for Czechia, assisted by Matias Milovsky there. So Czechs got off to a good start, looking like, hey, there's a chance here that we can get into that second spot. And then the former kid and the current kid decided to go to work. Macklin Celebrini at the 14-minute mark would score, assisted by Sidney Crosby and Dylan Cousins. Then in the third period, 7 minutes in, Macklin Celebrini taps one in from Sidney Crosby and Parker Witherspoon. And 2 minutes later, John Tavares, a little up close in the crease action, would put one past the Czech goalie to make it 3-2, assisted by Parker Witherspoon and Evan Bouchard. Going over the goalie stats, Jet Greaves stopped 17 of 19 for an 895, while Dominic Pavlik 22 of 25 for an 880. So not the greatest performances in the world, but good enough, at least for Greaves. Did make some nice saves there, especially after the onslaught. Like the first period of this game, I would say the Czechs were the better team. They definitely had control of the game, and Canada were playing a little bit sloppy. Jet Greaves kept Canada in that game with his first period performance. After that, I felt like Canada started to take control. Czechia would score, but after the Dominik Kubalik goal, it was all Canada from there on out. And yeah, it was just a great performance from Canada to get to 7-0. A good wrap up for the tournament. I would say the first half of this game was probably Canada's worst performance at this tournament. Like the game against Norway was just a terrible performance from Cam Talbot. That's the only reason that game went to overtime. This one here, I felt Canada were sloppy. The Czechs were playing arguably their best game of the tournament after having a crappy performance against Norway. But in the second half of the game, it was all Canada. They played a strong performance. The line, I guess, to talk about is Celebrini and Crosby. They were the ones who showed up and kept Canada out from where they were looking to be heading with a loss here, the first of the tournament. They kept Canada in it. They got Canada the win today. So Macklin, Celebrini, Sidney Crosby. Like I said, the former kid and the current kid. Sid the kid still got it. He's still one of the best players in the world, and Macklin Celebrini has clearly emerged as a top 5 NHL player. Other than that, I don't think there are any true standouts for Canada today. I didn't think any other line was really that amazing. The fourth line had a chance where Connor Brown had a 2-on-1, but it fumbled off his stick. The third line, I mean, obviously Tavares line did get a goal there, and they did have a few other chances. I think that third line of Tavares O'Reilly has been consistently good throughout the entire tournament. The Velarde Scheifele line was a bit more quiet today. Didn't notice them as much. And obviously, Celebrini Crosby did their job. For Czechia, I mean, I wasn't really any standouts for me. Like Sedlak had a solid game, especially centering there, won a lot of faceoffs for Czechia. Roman Cervenka is a guy you'll always like. He'll be highlighted for the Czechs because of how long he's just played here. Dominik Kubalik was a former Senator. I hated him when he was here. I just thought he was terrible, and he obviously scores today. So screw me, I guess. Dominik Kubalik. Yeah, he had a few chances. Other than that, I felt like it was a calm game. Not many grade A chances for either side. Canada once again took control of the game and rode it home. Not much else to say. Obviously, I'll have a video out tomorrow going over the entire group stage, like every team, not just the Canadian team, and we'll preview the upcoming quarterfinal games. Once again, Canada's next opponent is the USA. Lots of bad memories against them lately, including the Olympic Games, but it's time to right the ship. A huge win to tomorrow or Thursday for Canada can be the start of righting that ship. I'm Owen from Owen Talk Sports. Canada, a comeback win to move to 7-0 at the Worlds. And now it's time to play for the actual fun stuff. Let's hope Canada can go on a run and get their first gold medal in a few years here.